The tragic tale of Kenyan Drake is one of heartbreak and potential, one that has seen him consistently being underutilized and misused. Coming out of high school, Drake was a four-star recruit who committed to Alabama looking to be a part of the historic committee of running backs. Instead of getting a chance to prove what he could do at the college level, he played second fiddle to TJ Yeldon and then again to Derrick Henry. While he was never the lead back at Alabama, he still found himself drafted in the third round by the Miami Dolphins. Unfortunately, the Dolphins struggled to utilize Drake properly. Regardless of the obvious talent, Adam Gase and the Dolphins franchise insisted on trying to make him share carries with far less talented players. It seemed at times that the franchise really didn't know what to do with him. Other than a measly Miami Miracle, Drake really never got a chance to shine in Miami. But then, another miracle happened. In an effort to not tank, the Dolphins sent Kenyan Drake to Arizona for a conditional 6th-round pick. 1 week later, Drake took 15 carries for 110 yards and a touchdown. He would go on to rush for 643 yards and 8 touchdowns in just 8 games. Drake finally got a chance to be the unencumbered lead back in Arizona, and he took the opportunity and ran with it. As we look ahead to the 2020 season, I believe Kenyan Drake is a dark horse pick to be a top-end RB1 in 2020. I believe that Drake has not only the talent, but the opportunity to do great things in Arizona. For the first time since high school, Drake will have the market share of carries for an entire season. I'm projecting a massive year for Kenyan Drake. David Johnson has been sent to Houston, leaving a permanent opening for a workhorse back. And if we dive into the film from last season, there's really no doubt in my mind that Drake is going to be an elite player next season. I currently have him ranked to get just under 1,500 yards through the air and on the ground, and I would not be surprised if he eclipsed that number. And here, I'm going to be honest, I'm coming right out of the gate with a huge touchdown run against the Seahawks here, and I usually try not to do that, but I'm going to do that here just because, I mean, just look at the talent. Look at his big playability, I guess is really what I want to bring up. I mean, I can't say enough. I'm a Dolphins fan myself, so watching him run down the sidelines like that, it brings back memories of the Miami Miracle, which was one of the highlights of the past 2 or 3 years for me. So that was just really fun to watch, and I think I just had to bring that up. But just look at what he does in space. I mean, not only the second and third gear that he absolutely has to break any run for a big gain, but just you give this dude space and he can make so much out of it, right? And he just breaks away from everybody in this play. So just something to show up. I saw this play and it immediately brought me back to the Miami Miracle, so I felt like I just had to bring it up. Just that run down the sidelines, God, I just love that. All right, we'll continue. We'll get away from that. And here we are again against the Seahawks. I believe this is the same game, and I just want to show his ability to just bounce off the tackles and kind of weave through holes. I love just how loose he is with his hips. Like right here, he's should have been tackled dead to rights right here. He's able to make a couple extra yards, bounces off defenders very, very well. Things like that I get really excited about. And here again, I want to show another play where he does similar things. It's probably my favorite thing about Kenyan Drake as a runner. His ability to just kind of shift and move through holes. Obviously he has talent in big lanes, but a lot of running backs do. This is really where I think he sets himself apart in the NFL. I really believe that. Just his ability, bounce off tackles right here. You're going to see him against the 49ers. You're going to see him keep his hips very, basically on a swivel. So talented at just deciding at the very last second which hole he wants to go through. This is kind of like he could either go to the outside or the inside right here, and just decides very last second, ooh, let me skirt back inside, bounce off a couple tacklers, and fall forward for, 7-8 yards. Man, things like that just get me really, really excited. And here again against the 49ers again, I'm going to show this play as well. Very similar type of thing. It's kind of, this is all like the same theme, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I just love his ability. I mean, that running style really gets me excited. It's something I always look for in college when I'm watching college running backs. Like how flexible are your hips? How good are you at adjusting in the hole at the moment? And he's just so good at that. And here, this is just a clip to show he was very well utilized out in the running game as well. I think he has a lot of talents. He catches the ball very well out of the backfield. He actually lines up in the slot and at the X receiver position kind of a lot for what they ask him to do. I love things like this. Kenyan Drake had 50 receptions for 345 yards last year, and I expect that number to go up in 2020. It's another reason why I'm kind of banging the table for this guy to be a top end fantasy pick at the running back position. I really believe that is his ceiling. I think he could. I mean, honestly, I know this is saying a lot, and I know this will probably surprise a lot of people, but his ceiling is RB1. And when I talk about Kenyan Drake, I want to look at this from two prisms. On one hand, there is the fantasy football aspect that I 100% believe that he will far outshine his current ADP of a middle of the third round pick, which is a fine ADP for a guy who really hasn't been the workhorse back for an entire season. I understand why he's being drafted there. I understand that there is some inherent risk that is involved with him, but I believe that Kenyan Drake will finish as an RB1 this season, and I will go so far as to say that statistically, Kenyan Drake will be a top 5 running back in the 2020 season. I 100% believe that. When you look at the market share of snaps that he is going to have, the market share of rushing attempts that he's going to have, when you account the fact that he is a very good out of the backfield and he can play every single down, he has absolutely no reason not to outperform whatever projections he is given for this 2020 season. I would not be surprised if he is the number 1 running back next season. That is the upside of Kenyan Drake. That is the ceiling for Kenyan Drake this season. Now, granted, he has had some slight issues with injury over the years, so that would obviously put a damper on this prediction. And let's be honest, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it since high school from Kenyan Drake. So I understand, again, that there is a little bit of trepidation when saying things like this, and I should probably hold my tongue a little bit, but I'm not going to. I believe in my research. I believe what I've seen on film, and I believe this dude is going to be the breakout player of the year in 2020. But guys, what do you think? Do you think I'm absolutely crazy to say Kenyan Drake has a chance to be the number 1 running back next season and that he is almost a lock for an RB1 type of year? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. And also, if you're interested in even more of a deep dive on the Arizona Cardinals fantasy football projections, you can head on over to the Hammercast Network. I've recently signed on to be a part of the writing staff for the Hammercast Network. They're doing a lot of really cool things with fantasy football, and I'm just really excited to be a part of it. And the first series I'm doing is going team by team and breaking down the fantasy football projections for every single team. The Arizona Cardinals article is already up, so you can go check that out and see a little bit more of a deep dive on Kenyan Drake, as well as DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the crew for Arizona this year. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and please check back for more videos soon. Peace.